A reading from the book of Isaiah. Today is December 19th. Our reading from Isaiah is chapter 19. The Egypt pronouncement. Mounted on a swift cloud, the Lord will come to Egypt. Egypt's idols shall tremble before him, and the heart of the Egyptians shall sink within them. I will incite Egyptian against Egyptian. They shall war with each other, every man with his fellow, city with city, and kingdom with kingdom. Egypt shall be drained of spirit, and I will confound its plans. So they will consult the idols and the shades and the ghosts and the familiar spirits. And I will place the Egyptians at the mercy of a harsh master, and a ruthless king shall rule them, declares the sovereign, the Lord of hosts. Water shall fail from the seas, rivers dry up and be parched. Channels turn foul as they ebb, and Egypt's canals run dry. Reed and rush shall decay, and the Nile papyrus by the Nile side, and everything sown by the Nile shall wither, blow away, and vanish. The fishermen shall lament, all who cast lines in the Nile shall mourn, and those who spread nets on the water shall languish. The flax workers, too, shall be dismayed, both carders and weavers chagrined. Her foundations shall be crushed, and all who make dams shall be despondent. Utter fools are the nobles of Tanis. The sagest of Pharaoh's advisors have made absurd predictions. How can you say to Pharaoh, I am a scion of sages, a scion of Kedemite kings? Where indeed are your sages? Let them tell you, let them discover what the Lord of hosts has planned against Egypt. The nobles of Tanis have been fools, the nobles of Memphis deluded. Egypt has been led astray by the chiefs of her tribes. The Lord has mixed within her a spirit of distortion, which shall lead Egypt astray in all her undertakings, as a vomiting drunkard goes astray. Nothing shall be achieved in Egypt by either head or tail, palm branch or reed. In that day, the Egyptians shall be like women trembling and terrified, because the Lord of hosts will raise his hand against them. And the land of Judah shall also be the dread of the Egyptians. They shall quake whenever anybody mentions it to them, because of what the Lord of hosts is planning against them. In that day there shall be several towns in the land of Egypt speaking the languages of Canaan and swearing loyalty to the Lord of hosts. One shall be called Town of Heroes, Town of Hears. In that day there shall be an altar to the Lord inside the land of Egypt, and a pillar to the Lord at its border. They shall serve as symbol and reminder of the Lord of hosts in the land of Egypt, so that when the Egyptians cry out to the Lord against oppressors, he will send them a savior and a champion to deliver them. For the Lord will make himself known to the Egyptians, and the Egyptians shall acknowledge the Lord in that day, and they shall serve him with sacrifice and oblation, and shall make vows to the Lord and fulfill them. The Lord will first afflict and then heal the Egyptians. When they turn back to the Lord, he will respond to their entreaties and heal them. In that day there shall be a highway from Egypt to Assyria. The Assyrians shall join with the Egyptians, and Egyptians with the Assyrians, and then the Egyptians together with the Assyrians shall serve the Lord. In that day Israel shall be a third partner with Egypt and Assyria, and a blessing on the earth. As a blessing on the earth. For the Lord of hosts will bless them, saying, Blessed be my people, Egypt, my handiwork, Assyria, and my very own Israel.